Books, Accelerated Learning, and Troxel Communications. So let's give our sponsors a hand and a drum roll. So, who can tell me why so many of us are wearing red today? I heard all kinds of things, but I heard somebody about Melva just yelled power, and she's right. We need power. Exactly. It's because we want libraries, more importantly, to get out of the red. We are on the verge of a crisis. We know the state is facing a challenging state budget, but now is the time to focus on the services that have the greatest impact, those that help people learn and succeed. Libraries are at the core of education and economic vitality, and here we are to say loudly to all our elected officials, libraries need your support. Get libraries out of the red now. So we have several speakers for you here today, and I'm actually going to introduce our very first speaker. Our legislators are inside, and you know that they're convening right now. So as they come out, we are just absolutely so thankful that they are willing to take the time to come out and address us. We are profoundly grateful to Representative Rafael Anchia of Dallas. Learning about the devastating proposed budget cuts to libraries this past January, wrote a passionate and articulate defense of libraries that was published in the Dallas Morning News. He has worked all session to support libraries and introduced amendments to the state budget to increase funding for Lone Star libraries and the K-12 databases. He was also pivotal in working with colleagues to keep these programs under consideration for funding. So let's please welcome our champion for libraries, Representative Rafael Anchia.
Fantastic. Okay. And I thought librarians were supposed to be quiet. Let me hear you. Well, I can't tell you how proud I am to be invited to speak with you today and to be here on this beautiful day. Listen, it is tough in there. There's no doubt about it. But we are committed to fighting for library funding. I'll tell you why. In my case, it hits very, very close to home. My wife, Marisa, is the vice chair of the Dallas Public Library Board in Dallas, Texas. My mother-in-law was a former head librarian at Hebronville High School in Jim Hogg County, Texas. And as the son of immigrants, libraries played a central role in my upbringing. We didn't have a lot of money. My father worked with his hands. My mom went to school later in her life and became a public school teacher. And I'll tell you, she would take me to the library on a regular basis. I was able to travel places that money could never get me to. I was able to learn things and learn about things that I could only dream about otherwise. And libraries played such an important role, not only in my life, but in the collective life of our entire family. And we know, ladies and gentlemen, that Texas libraries are the lifeblood of this state. I was so proud to work with colleagues to make sure that we got funding for TechShare and Lone Star into the state appropriations bill. And I'm proud to see you here today because with your help, we're going to make sure that those programs are funded in our state budget. So this is what we need to do, ladies and gentlemen, because we're still alive. I was able to get, along with Representative Gutierrez and others, we were able to get an appropriations rider in the bill that will provide some monies to Lone Star and K-12 so that they're not completely zeroed out this cycle. Now we need to work hard to make sure the people on the Appropriations Committee, in the House and the Senate, when they come up with new money, and I suspect they will, either out of the rainy day fund or otherwise, fund those very important programs. So it is up to you, ladies and gentlemen, to communicate not only with your state representative and state senator, but specifically with the members of the Appropriations Committees of both the House and the Senate to make sure that that funding stays in the bill. Okay? Super duper